Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Elvis Workshop. Today is not about Elvis. I'm sure I'll mention him a couple of times, but today is a little bit more of a somber mood. It is Friday, October the 28th, 2022, and the great Jerry Lee Lewis has passed away. The killer has died. The last man standing is now resting. I've seen all these things all over the social media platforms today with all kinds of different things like that, and it just hits home. He is the last of the $1 Million Quartet to pass away, and wow, what a life! I had the opportunity to see Jerry Lee 3 times in concert. I saw him in Las Vegas at the Silverton Hotel at a swimming pool, believe it or not. So they set up seats all around the pool. The pool was in the middle. And then the stage was there. James Burton was playing guitar. Kenny Lovelace, of course, his longtime guitar player. And he did Lucille in the middle of the show. And he said, "I never married a lady named Lucille. I don't know how that one got by me," which was hilarious at the time. I don't know if that's a standard joke that he would use during concerts, but it was really great. So that was the first time I saw him. And then I actually did security for him at the Planet Hollywood here in Las Vegas. My job was to open the door, the back door of the venue, when he got out of the car to come in, and then secure that door, make sure nobody came in or out, and then after the show, get him back out to the car. And I actually had the opportunity to speak to him. I did not get a picture with him. I was working. And so the car pulled up in the back. His wife was driving. I opened up the door. Jerry Lee got out wearing a black suit jacket, black slacks, and he had flames down the side of the pants and the jacket, and he had black boots on that had flames on the tip. And he walked right past me, and I said, "How you doing, Jerry Lee?" And he said, "It's hotter than hell. How are you doing?" And he kept going. And so he went around the corner, jumped on the stage, and I was standing right behind the curtain. And I listened to the entire show, but I didn't see 1 second of it because I was backstage. After the show, he does his last song, and Great Balls of Fire, closes Great Balls of Fire, comes around the corner. I open up the door. He gets into the vehicle and leaves. The band was still playing, and he was on the freeway. I mean, he was gone. It was great. And but I got the quick, very short, very brief opportunity to speak to him. And that was great. And the last time I saw him was at the Viva Las Vegas car show in 2018, and he was just a shell, unfortunately, of his former self. He was still great. His voice, he was just, I don't know if he was having a bad night that night with vocally, or if he was just that way. But he still put on a great show. It was just sad to watch him and know what he had done in the past. And but it was still an honor to be able to see him perform. So I saw Jerry Lee 3 times, and today he has passed away. So what I wanted to do was just remember him. I would be remiss if I didn't make a video and talk a little bit about Jerry Lee, because he's been such a huge inspiration in my life. You know, he again, he was an original Sun artist. There's the $1 Million Quartet session over there, that record, and that was in December of 1956. Jerry Lee. The thing that's great about him is he knew he was great, and he wanted to tell everybody about it, and he wasn't shy about it. So that photo right there, which I'll show you a closer one right here, that photo of him, he was a session player at the time. It was a Carl Perkins recording session for the song Matchbox, I believe. And Jerry Lee was playing piano on it. He was not famous at the time. And for him to have the nerve to jump up and sing with Elvis, who was the biggest star on the planet at that time, and just to not stand back silently in the background, he jumped right into the fray. He's all over the $1 Million Quartet sessions. He's playing, he's duetting with Elvis, and at the time he was just a session player. And that just tells you everything you need to know about Jerry Lee. And man, he was just fantastic, and a great piano player. I'm not talking about technical skill, but he just had that feel. It doesn't matter what he was playing, it was how he played it. But the thing about him that's most important is this 45 right here. This is Great Balls of Fire. This song right here is just so important in the history of rock and roll, and that his pumping piano, as it says on the 45 all the time, Jerry Lee Lewis and his pumping piano, it changed popular music. It's just there's no way you can overstate his impact. He came in like a fireball. He burned the place down. His career went into the tank. He was extremely controversial. He rebuilt his career as basically a country singer with some rockabilly songs, and was able to kind of recover. Well, not kind of recover. He did recover. But Great Balls of Fire, it is a monumental, it's a pillar of rock and roll, and there's no way, like I said, to overstate the importance of that song. You know, and then you've got a whole lot of shaking going on, Breathless, High School Confidential, it's just Crazy Arms, that's what all this is up here. But the most important one is Great Balls of Fire. And in 1957, he blew the doors off of everybody with that song, and it still holds up to this day. It's showcased in movies, you go to concerts and other performers cover it. But it made such a lasting impression on just popular music across the board. And we owe a gratitude of thanks to Jerry Lee for what he did. And I just wanted to take a few minutes today to remember Jerry Lee and talk about my experiences with him and seeing him, not with him. I just said hello to him as he walked by, basically. But it's worth taking a few minutes to stop and remember this man's life. It was fantastic. What a ride. What a life. So I have a few things up here I wanted to talk about. One is biopics are really hot right now. The Elvis biopic just came out recently. But I have to tell you, Jerry Lee was a huge part of this movie. It's Dennis Quaid as Jerry Lee Lewis in Great Balls of Fire. If you have not seen this movie, or it's been a long time since you've seen it, I highly, highly suggest go on Amazon, go on Google, YouTube or eBay. I can't talk. Go on Amazon, go on eBay, pick this movie up. You can get it for next to nothing. You can get DVD, Blu-ray, Great Balls of Fire. Jerry Lee Lewis is all over this. He re-recorded all of his hits for this movie soundtrack, and it's just such a fun movie. It just really is. There are factual errors in it, like every other biopic out there, but it's just such a great, fun movie. And his story is just so interesting. Controversy aside, I'm just talking about Jerry Lee Lewis and his music and his character, just the way he was. It's really, really worth your time. So, but I wanted to show a couple of things here. One is just a couple of weeks ago, by pure chance, I picked up my first Jerry Lee Lewis autograph. The only thing I need now for the $1 Million Quartet is a Johnny Cash. Anybody have one, let me know. I have 2 Elvis autographs. I have a Carl Perkins autograph, and now I have a Jerry Lee Lewis autograph. I just picked this up, just picked it up a couple of weeks ago. But what I really wanted to talk about more than anything else before I end this video, as far as if you're going to pick something up of his, I want to just tell you about this again. I've talked about this in another video that I've made. This is in Hamburg, Germany, the Star Club, which is where the Beatles kind of started out. They played in a bunch of different places, the Cavern Club and all that. But this is another one, the Star Club. This was a legendary club in the 1960s, and Jerry Lee played there. And this is a Bear Family release on vinyl. You can get it on CD very cheaply. The vinyl is a little bit more expensive. It's worth grabbing. But this is, Jerry Lee is absolutely on fire here. He's raging. It sounds like he's angry. He sings from the second he steps on the stage till the second he gets off the stage. He's just on fire the entire show. But this is cool about the artwork. I've shown this again, like I said, on another video. But when you open this gatefold, it's kind of shocking, a little bit surprising. It's a humongous map of Hamburg, Germany. And I won't show it super close to you. Get one of these. It's worth having. But the thing is the concert itself, not so much the fun artwork. This is one of the most rockinest, just start to finish concerts I've ever heard. It's just so cool. And he just absolutely destroys the crowd. And they love it. They're cheering through the whole thing. And it's just a ton of fun. If you're wondering what this is back here, maybe you're not. It's not an owl. It's Jerry Lee Lewis TV show. In the 60s, Jerry Lee Lewis had his TV show for a while, and I'm sure that helped a lot of artists that needed some attention. So he was a great ambassador for music. And the controversy aside, the guy had an amazing career, but he left behind an amazing catalog of music. And it's just such a pleasure to have listened to his songs my entire life and to have had the brief encounter with him and be able to meet him. And it's just a sad day. It happens to everyone, obviously, and we all knew it was coming. The recent photos of him, he just got inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, and he was shown the introduction plaque, and Chris Christopherson visited him and put a photo up of him recently, and it was very evident, very clear that the end was very near. And it's unfortunate now that he's passed, but let's just remember him for what he left behind. I mean, what a career. The music is just timeless. Great Balls of Fire, a whole lot of shaking going on. It's just wonderful. So it was great that I had that brief opportunity to meet him, and I love his work. And he's a $1 Million Quartet member, and he's a rock and roll original. And he did it all from behind a piano. You know, he got rejected early in his career because they said, well, you can't be a rock and roller behind a piano. And that's how he gained the nickname The Killer. For any of you that don't know, is that he said, oh yeah, you will watch me. And he put on such amazing, wild shows that he went out and just killed the audience and said, I dare you to follow me, you know. And just an amazing, amazing entertainer. And his country music later on in his career, in the mid-60s, is just great. You know, You Win Again, 50s there, but it just, dig in a little bit, go check out his music. It's worth looking into. And if not, if you just want to scratch the surface a little bit, Great Balls of Fire, a whole lot of shaking going on. It does not get better than that. Pure, unadulterated, no holds barred, right smacking you in your face rock and roll. It's awesome. Thank you, Jerry Lee Lewis. We owe you a lot. Thank you for watching the video. Go listen to a little bit of rock and roll. Go spin you some Jerry Lee. I'm gonna go spin me some right now. See you later.